Hi everybody, Lori here for Honeybee Stamps. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a colorful floral project to share with you featuring some products from the latest spring release, starting with the Whimsical Spring Flowers Honey Cuts. And what this is a bunch of little floral and foliage bloom dies. That one thing that I love about it is that they're pre-cut. And the packaging, can you see there how on the backing paper it's got all the flowers so you know where to put them back? I know that's probably a silly thing, but I find it really handy dandy when I'm trying to put the dies back. Anywho, so I'm going to die cut all of these blooms and leaves with solid color cardstock. I'm just arranging as many as I can on my cutting plate here with little scraps of solid color cardstock, and you know I'm going to try to slip in a rainbow. And you know what they say? Well, actually I say, have a leaf, make a wreath. And we got more than leaves here. We got blooms of every shape and size and a bunch of different leaves. And I just started cutting away. You know, you start with a couple, next thing you know, you got 500. And I had way more than I needed, but I just thought, hey, you know, let's just make the spectrum, mix up the shape and size, tuck them in, see if you can make a nice little wreathy frame thingamajiggy and go from there. I didn't really have a plan, but I do know that a lot of these, if you look on the website, there's probably a little guide that shows you how you can layer these up, because there's little innards that you can layer on the center of the flowers, and some of the blooms can be layered up. Like this one here. This is like a little innard, for lack of a better term. And I'm just going to do tone on tone, like a little red innard for the red bloom and so forth. I thought about doing gold little innards or little embellishments, but I didn't want it to get too distracting because there's already a lot of color going on. So I kept it tone on tone. And as you can see, I've got this little wreath shape. And right now I'm taking the honeybee glue tube and I'm just gluing on all the little center pieces. And the glue tube works great. There's also a little honeybee glue stand. And then I'm using my embellishment wand, which is definitely a handy dandy tool for jobs like this. And it's just repetition from here on out. This might be tedious to some people, but when you're dealing with rainbow colors, that's when you bring in the joy. And today was a joyful day. We had everybody over for Easter dinner, and we also celebrated my mom's birthday, which this card actually was her birthday card. So everyone signed it, and she was like, oh, this card's so pretty. And I said, well, you can watch a video of it being made on the Honeybee Stamps YouTube channel. Okay, so I have a panel of cream cardstock that I took a circle die to create that wreath circle frame. And I'm just kind of getting this lined up on a white card base. And then I'm going to stamp a sentiment from the Squeeze the Day, which I've used this sentiment set a few times. It's got great mixture of fonts. I love a good mixture of font, a straight up with a script, and this one is just simply Enjoy Your Day, which I think worked great for a birthday card. So I'm popping up the cream panel, and then there's probably a lot of different ways you can do this, but I sped this up and I just started arranging the blooms because I had way too many, and I wanted to see, you know, which colors were going to make the cut. And so I finagled with this. I futzed and finagled for quite a while. And then once I was happy with what colors I chose, I took some of this press and seal and I held it all down. You know, Jennifer McGuire's husband invented press and seal. I think I say that every time I ever use press and seal, but that's just so cool. Okay, so the press and seal holds down the whole wreath formation because I know that I have it where I want it to go. You know what I'm saying? So then I flip it over, put on the glue, and then I place it back down, center it, bada boom, bada bing. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let it dry, put an acrylic block on it just to give a little bit of pressure, and then I carefully lift up the press and seal and find that some of the blooms that were on the top didn't get glue or not enough glue to stick. And that's where the idea came. Dimension is life. So I popped up a few, put a little square of foam tape on a few of the smaller blooms that were layered, and just pop them up. Little dimension, little dabble do. And that really brings the joy. Now here, you know what's coming next. Do you know what's coming next? the zhuzh. It's all about the zhuzh. Well, actually what's coming next is I tuck in some leaves. Sometimes you got to trim the leaves down and tuck them in. Tuck them in where you can. Try to evenly dispense. I do have 2 different shades of green. Some are lighter, some are darker. It really doesn't matter at this point because now that you've got the rainbow wreath going in there, it's going to be a good day. Okay, but then I'm going to zhuzh. I'm going to zhuzh till the cows come home. And that is, you take your retractable needle tool and you get under there and you lift it, you zhuzh it, and you give it some air. And I know it's going to get flattened out in an envelope. Actually, I didn't even put this in an envelope. I just tucked it right on top of her gift, and it never got flattened out. And now here's one of my favorite things. I need to order another sheet of these. These back to basic little gem stickers. I love them. I love the clear ones, which is what I used on this card. I need a whole sheet of clear. And they're just great. Different sizes. You can tuck them in. Gives you a little bit of glimmer, a little shimmer, but not too much. And just a great floral, colorful birthday card for Mom on her birthday. And I got her some Fannie Mae chocolates. Anybody know about Fannie Mae? One of her favorites. Vanilla buttercreams. And we had a good Easter dinner. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. And I will see you next time.